time is up.
So without further ado, this one is on David Zetolofky versus Nick, the Headhunter Chapman!
I'm Nick, the Headhunter Chapman. I'm fighting out of Andy Roberts, BJJ, Roger Prize Fighters, and I'm representing the Fight Science.
My name is David Zetolofky. I fight at a Like to Fight gym in Red Hill. I'm 25 years of age.
People often ask me what made me choose MMA as a sport. I didn't choose MMA, MMA chose me. I love fighting, I want a championship, I don't care what I've got to do, I will not stop until I've got it.
I can fight with my hands, I can fight with my feet, I can fight on the floor, any way you want to fight. I'm training hard, I'm here to stay now, I'm on Sky Sports, this is where I belong, this is where I'm staying.
David Zetolofky. I was impressed with your performance against Jake Boswick, which makes me want to fight you even more. In fact, I'm going to tear you a brand new, oversized
Headhunter, you're saying you're going to tear me apart? All right, sweet. I know you fight hard, but I fight harder. I'll see you tonight, mate.
Yesterday at the weigh-ins, it went right off. These guys do honestly not like each other. And let me tell you one thing is for sure, it's going to be a war.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your first fighter to the cage, David Zetolofky!
So making his way to the cage for this light heavyweight bout here at Ultimate Challenge. I'm Rob Nutley. With me has been the phenomenal Ian the Machine Freeman and Ben the Pen Cartledge. And now we're here for more action as 25 years old David Zetolofky makes his way to the cage, standing at 5'10" from the Like to Fight gym. And tonight he's fighting Nick Chapman. And yesterday, as you just saw in the video screen, it almost went off at the press conference.
David Zetolofsky's coming in after a drawn bout with Jake Boswick, a UK1 bout. That in itself is an achievement. The strikes thrown from both of those fighters in that bout were on another level for me. David Zetolofsky's got a head like a fire extinguisher. He got hit hundreds of times and it didn't go anywhere. It'll be fantastic to see him against a guy who there's a lot of hype behind Nick Chapman at the moment. A lot of people are talking about him, and rightly so.
And please welcome his opponent, Nick Chapman!
And you can hear the crowd for Nick Chapman as he makes his way to the cage. A phenomenal crowd following here. And as you said, Ben, a lot of hype about this man at the moment.
Nick Chapman's a fighter that a lot of people are talking about at the moment. Only got a 2-0 record, but he is just starting out. But the guy's a freakish athlete, and more than that, the ferocity that he brings to that cage. He's a handful for anybody at light heavyweight. But let's not overlook Zetolofky. Zetolofsky's a very good test for him.
Well, we saw at the preview on the video at the press conference at the weigh-in. Do you know any background about the guys not liking each other, Rob? Was there a reason why they pushed each other, or was that just the fight hype?
I think it was just, you know, the two guys, the adrenaline, the tension, the cameras, the spotlight, the knowing that you two are going to throw leather the next day. I think it just got a bit too much for both guys and the tension mounted.
Well, they're here now at UCMMA for this light heavyweight bout. This is where the tension will take place in the next few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is in the Ultimate Challenge light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a record of 1 win, 1 loss. He weighed in at 88.5 kilograms. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. Fighting out of Like to Fight gym, David Zetolofky. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a record of 2 wins, no losses. He weighed in at 93 kilograms. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. Fighting out of RJA Prize Fighters and Andy Robbins Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Nick Chapman!
Here we go, 3 fights. You've been here before, you know the score. Any questions for me? Protect yourselves at all times. This is what I'm saying at all times. When I say stop, you stop. Touch gloves, let's get ready for war.
Well, we just saw Nick Chapman pacing the floor like a caged lion. He is staring over at Zetolofky. He wants this one badly.
A lot of tension in the house.
Here we go. You ready? You ready? Let's fight.
And we're underway. Nick Chapman in the black and white trunks. David Zetolofky in the red and black.
Well, like I said, Ben, Sedolowski has a great stand-up game plan, but not if he's going to be taken down by Nick Chapman as easy as that.
Chapman able to get the takedown comfortably. Big hands.
Nick Chapman is a big guy for a light heavyweight. Look at the thickness of the muscle density on his body there. That's a big dude for a light heavyweight.
Nick Chapman looking for that arm triangle. That's the same one that he won his last bout with against Andreas Juska. Obviously a favourite technique, but
and it's got it on, it is on, that is on tight. Wow.
He's got it beautifully.
He's caught in the half guard. This might give Sedolowski a little bit of saving grace, but if Nick Chapman can actually pull out that half guard and jump to side, that will put on the arm triangle double tight.
Sedolowski triangling his own leg there and making sure that, as you pointed out quite rightly there, Ian, Nick Chapman can't escape from that, because at any point, if he moves sideways and turns like a clock, that choke will go tight and it'll be no way out at that point.
Well, he's let go of the arm. Chapman decided to leave it. But actually, I saw Zetolofsky's hand come out as if he was getting ready to tap. I could be wrong, but oh, what a nice reversal.
Zetolofsky showing that he's got a lot more than just good stand-up.
Good work by Zetolofsky. Looks to move to mount.
Wow, this could be trouble for Nick Chapman. Chapman looks twice the size of Zetolofsky.
It'd be interesting to see Nick Chapman in these adverse situations, because this is where champions are forged. It's easy to get those wins when you're coming in and knocking people out quickly. It's when you're in a tough situation that you often find out.
I couldn't agree more, Ben. I've said that all along. Everyone's a champion when they're winning. It's when you're in trouble like this and you fight out of the trouble, then come back from this. Oh, big right hand.
Beautiful shot.
Big shot from Sedolowski.
Well, Sedolowski has a good ground game as well as the stand-up, controlling his opponent by controlling his head. Big body shot.
Nick Chapman's got to be careful of leaving that arm out there.
Sedolowski firing some really heavy shots, reverberating all across the cage floor.
Big mouse coming over the eye of Chapman.
Sedolowski talking to the refs, some sort of issue, but quickly resolved.
I think it was the mouthpiece there, Rob. Referee's just put it quickly back in and the fight resumes. Sedolowski from the mount position, and he's welted up, as you pointed out there, the head of Nick Chapman.
Sedolowski doing well. He's not panicking. He's not sitting up and just throwing bombs and then getting thrown off the mount like we've seen earlier tonight. He's actually controlling his base. He's throwing a punch, getting ready to be dismounted, and then spreading his arms out wide. See how he's doing there? He wants to be careful. You put your hands behind the head of somebody, you are going to get reversed. Oh man, as I said it, he did it. Never ever put your hands behind the head of an opponent when you're on the mount. Big trouble, big mistake.
And you could see it was though he was always going to work for the cross choke here, and he's sort of one arm behind, one arm in front, trying to slide it across the throat of Chapman, but Chapman able to get the reversal, but Sedolowski looks for the armbar, doesn't get it. Great action here at the Trotsy.
Sedolowski's shown us that as well as his stand-up, he's very confident on the ground.
Well, Zetolofsky working well from his back. He worked really well while he was on the... I think it's just a matter of time before Chapman gets caught in a submission here. Was working constantly as Zetolofsky.
Chapman's blown a lot of energy out earlier, has slowed down considerably going into this portion of the fight. As you alluded to earlier, a fantastically muscled athlete, but as the rounds wear on, those muscles do become a problem. They need more oxygen, and it's more of a struggle to carry on the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, Chapman top position, Zetolofsky on his back.
You know, when you can't beat a fighter standing up, you can't, or a triangle attempt. Nice escape by Chapman. We're down to the last 30 seconds. Side control is Nick Chapman. Knees to the body.
Tries to soften Sedolowski up. Couple of short knees.
Well, how much wind has this took out of Nick Chapman, the bigger guy of the two? Enforced his power onto Sedolowski. Then Sedolowski came back with thunderous punches from the mount. There's only so much you can take when someone's on top throwing big bombs. Sedolowski looks fit.
And here we see Chapman getting the huge big takedown. But Sedolowski, for me, the key to the time when he was on the bottom was he didn't look panicked at any point. He looked calm, he worked his positions, even when he was in the submission.
You ready? Let's fight!
And we're underway.
Looking big, looking strong. But the fitter of the two, David Zetolofky. Big overhand right and an uppercut.
I think you're right there, Ian. Looking big, looking strong, but for me, looking tired.
I mean, you can't take anything away from Nick Chapman. He's obviously an athlete. He obviously trains hard. You can see that in the body power. But when you push to the limits like this from somebody like David Zetolofky, you need to be a lot more fitter in the muscles, never mind in the lungs. And a guillotine attempt there by Chapman.
David Zetolofky.
Oh, looked like he almost had it in. Changed up with a right hook. Zetolofky looking the fitter of the two men, I might add, at the moment.
But Nick Chapman is still in there. He still wants this.
Chapman's got to be careful of leaving his neck. Sorry, Ian. He's got to be careful of leaving that neck. Chapman's kind of pursuing that takedown a little bit, but he's got to watch his back there.
Oh, he's got it in. That choke is in. It is in tight. He can get it. Oh, he just slipped his chin out.
Chapman's got just enough room there. Does well to pop his head free as he in mount position.
Really well to escape there. And a saving grace, I think, for Nick Chapman, who's now in half guard. This will be the little breather that Chapman needs.
And just comfortable, looking to posture up and fire those shots.
Big hammer fist from the top there, but Sedolowski once again calm from the top. Chapman obviously a phenomenally powerful athlete, and we have documented this from start to finish of this bout, but Sedolowski's heart, and for me, his grappling has really impressed me in this bout.
Very much so, especially when you think he's just from a K1 background, a kickboxing background. We should, and a triangle attempt, very feeble triangle attempt. Nick Chapman did well to escape that. But working all the time from his back is Sedolowski. Chapman working again for that arm triangle. His head is down on the floor. He's trying to lift Sedolowski's arm up.
Plenty of time left in the round as well.
Doing a very good job defensively, Zetolofky at the moment. Chapman trying to find a position, as I said, that he moves
Chapman
to mount.
needs to be.
Moves to the arm triangle. Could be dangerous times for Sedolowski.
Zetolofky once again he's got him in a half guard. He needs to get out of that half guard to put it on tight.
Excuse me, Ian, I didn't actually see that. I thought he's got his legs right the way across, but you're right, the half guard is on tight. But Zetolofky's struggling.
He's tapped.
He's out, and he doesn't like it. Chapman wins by arm triangle, and you can see the frustration on Zetolowski's face as he strikes the canvas. A very, very good win for Chapman.
This is the arm triangle. This is where it's in tight. The referee's looking. He's holding the arm to see if Sedolowski has passed out. Very nice comeback. He was looking tired. He was getting just slightly beaten on the ground by Sedolowski, but pulling off another great arm triangle there. Obviously his favorite move, Ben.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Referee Grant Waterman calls a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 57 seconds in the second round, declaring your winner by tap out due to arm triangle, Nick Chapman! And your runner-up is David Zetolofky.
Great fight, unbelievable. You looked like he was in a bit of trouble there, though.
I was. It's MMA for you. What can I say?
A lot tougher than what you thought.
I know it's going to be tough. That's why I challenge. I want tougher. I want to keep pushing myself. Got a bit work to do, but there you go.
Definitely. I mean, it's glad to see that, you know, when a fighter comes in here and says that they still need things to do, but you showed amazing strength there because you didn't even have the position right and still managed to get the tap.
Squeeze for life, take his head off. Headhunter.
Listen, he's a bit tired, so he can't talk that much, but I know you got the sights set on the light heavyweight title. The champion's in the house. Any words to say to the poster boy?
Enough respect, my man, enough respect.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for our winner, Nick Chapman!
Wow.